Hey, welcome back to Kicking in the Second Half, KISH YZ. This is episode 30, part 2. This is the Western Conference NBA play-in tournament. Same as the last format. If you haven't caught the first video where we did the Eastern Conference, please check that out. And if you're still trying to figure out how the play-in tournament looks, check that out on our YouTube page as well. But yeah, here we're back again. I'm D, and this is the Western Conference. So let's start off again. We're going to go, like I said, I like to do the upper tier and the lower tier. The upper tiers are going to be the teams of 7th and 8th, and then the lower tier is going to be the teams of the 9th and 10th seeds, respectively, based off the end of the regular season standings. So we have the lower tier. So these games are going to take place on Wednesday, which is what's Wednesday? Wednesday is May 19th. So May 19th, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. If you're in the States, it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs, who are 10, at the Memphis Grizzlies, the 9th seeded team at the end of the regular season. So Hugh, let me go ahead and give you some keynotes here that I wrote down for this matchup. So yeah, once again, this is the lower tier teams. Keynotes: Spurs versus Grizzlies. They both missed the 2020 playoffs, I believe, is what I wrote down from last year. And that's really the only thing I have here. I don't think I have anything listed as far as injuries. I guess I'm expecting basically the main guys to be playing these games as of right now.
Fair enough. Yeah, so this reminds me, like we talked about in the last podcast, of the Hornets Pacers game. It's kind of a game that doesn't look extremely appealing from the eyes, but there's definitely some things to watch out for. My prediction is I got Memphis winning this game. I want to say San Antonio because I'm a big fan of DeMar, but the Spurs, man, I never know what's going on in there because you never hear anything about it. I know DeMar DeRozan plays there. That's about all I know.
Always been like that, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Even when they were winning, you don't hear a lot from them. They're a small organization. They don't do a whole lot of highlight reels or anything like that. They don't really do anything super exciting that makes them stand out apart from the rest of the league. They kind of blend in and then they show up for the playoffs. That's how it used to be.
Yeah. So, one of the key things I have in this game written down is the emergence of Jonas Valanciunas and how incredible he's been balling lately. He's been putting up, I think last game I saw he put up like 29 or something. He's just been constantly getting double doubles. I think he's top 20 rebounds some here lately. He's top 30 points a few times here lately. So I mean, he's his emergence is great for them right now. Jaren Jackson's back. He's playing, Ja Morant. We all know what he can do. Dylan Brooks has been playing great basketball for them. So a lot of things trending in the right direction for Memphis. And it's just San Antonio. I know DeJounte Murray's great. DeMar DeRozan's great. But, with especially the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge, defending Valanciunas, I know I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but what's their center now?
Poeltl.
Yeah, so I know he's been doing decent things there, but I don't think he's a great matchup for Valanciunas and the way he's been balling lately. So give me Memphis.
Yeah, I understand that, but yeah, definitely with Memphis, I think we need Ja Morant to have a consistent scoring night. 14 points probably won't cut it, because if the San Antonio Spurs are playing their game, like you mentioned, a couple key players for the Spurs there, but even with them being a younger team, they have a veteran head coach in Greg Popovich. So I would be wary there if the Memphis Grizzlies aren't on their A game, and we particularly need, like you said, Ja Morant needs to be on his A game, and Valanciunas needs to be on his A game as well. He needs to have a huge big game and take advantage, especially if Poeltl is out, and just kind of wreak havoc down low and grab the boards. But DeMar DeRozan is not one to shy from a playoff or play-in seed here. That single elimination game, he feeds off of that. We know him. We know his game from back in the days in Toronto. So you definitely can't sleep on him because he can have a big game. But all it takes is one other guy to be his sidekick for the game, and the Spurs could easily take this win. It might be a close game, but they still have the chance to pull it off. So I'm talking about a veteran leader and a veteran coach versus a kind of like they're kind of like well built, but I think they're still trying to figure themselves out all together collectively with the Memphis Grizzlies. But I would say another key player to watch out for. You touch on Jaren Jackson. He came back and he's playing, but Brandon Clark. Shout out to Brandon Clark. If he's playing well, has a great game, and decides to turn it up a little bit as far as those hustle stats, then the Memphis Grizzlies can take this one away from the Spurs. But yeah, it's a toss-up for me, so I'm just going to stick with you. I'm going to ride out with the Memphis Grizzlies for this one, but I don't want to dismiss that the Spurs definitely have an opportunity here. But yeah, I think, the bottom line to sum up this game is whoever's going to have the more heart. Like, that's just bottom line. I got to see the heart on the court. I don't think the talent alone is going to be enough. It's going to have to be some type of elevation of their talent. So give me the team who has the most heart. But for now, we'll stick with your prediction, Hugh, and go with the Memphis Grizzlies to wrap up the lower tier seed. So in this scenario, if the Memphis Grizzlies win, they advance to the round 2 of the Western Conference play-in tournament, and the Spurs are going fishing for the season. So Hugh, let's go on to the Western Conference play-in tournament round 1 upper tier. This will start at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in the States, on ESPN as well, so back-to-back. And this is going to be between the 8th and the 7th seeded teams based off the regular season standings. 8th are the Warriors at the Los Angeles Lakers, who were the 7th team. Key notes here. I think everybody's playing. And then I just wanted to put in a personal side note. This is basically going to be the best game in the whole play-in series between the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I'd rather watch this game than some of these series we're going to be seeing. 7-game series, to be honest. I mean, another chapter in the Steph LeBron rivalry. Another chapter. I mean, it's going to be exciting, man. It's exciting. You ready for me? You ready for me to get my tape?
Oh yeah, man. I've been waiting for you to go ahead and cut into that steak.
Man, what a game, bro. Give me Golden State. Give me my Warriors, bro. The way they've been balling lately. Steph Curry, balling lately. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to come down to the wire, back and forth game. It's just so many storylines. AD back healthy, LeBron back. I don't know 100% yet, but he back. Wiggins been kind of picking up a little bit of slack here lately for Golden State. I know a couple games ago, Curry shot like 1 for 11 from 3. Had I don't even know if he cracked 20 points. Might have had like 22 maybe or something like that. And Wiggins carried, put up like 38 and still got us a win. So we all know what Draymond can do, the heart of that team, facilitator, can get you a triple-double on any given night. But, you look at the Lakers, LeBron, AD, like I said, they got Kuzma's healthy playing. They got Schroeder back, Drummond, a big acquisition there. So a lot of enticing, individual matchups they're going to be played. But man, give me the Warriors, man. They're one of the hottest teams in basketball right now, winning a lot of games. We know how important it was the last game of the season between the Warriors and the Grizzlies, and that was a close game for a while. And then Curry went off for 46, 9 3-pointers. So another instance this season of him putting the team on his back, carrying the team. Hey, one thing I wanted to touch on though, I forgot to look this up. Do we have any info on Kelly Oubre? Is any chance he's gonna be back, or is he?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't look that up. I don't know if
I forgot about it.
Or not. I mean, he's missed the last week or two of the NBA regular season.
Yeah, I think last week I saw that he was supposed to be reevaluated, but I haven't heard since then. That's something I might have to look up after this episode. I've totally forgot to do that, so my bad. But
with the opportunity to make the playoffs out of 2 games, he might not play in the first round just to be on the safe side. Yeah.
And so, another instance here where it might change my mind if COVID wasn't a thing, or if COVID was over and this is at Staples Center and a full stadium of Lakers fans, full arena, excuse me, of Lakers fans, that might make me sway in the Lakers direction a little bit. But man, just Warriors and how hot they've been, and me probably being a little biased, but I don't care with my MVP of the season, Steph Curry, scoring champ, a 10, 40-point games this year. I think this will be at 11. I think, I see him putting up probably close to 50, not over 50, to be honest. I feel like he's going to snap and go off. I see a good game from all the guys. Draymond, triple-double, Wiggins, probably 20. So, yeah, I just have high expectations. This is Showtime basketball, man. Two of the hottest teams and biggest names playing in one game, elimination game. So yeah, give me Golden State.
Okay, yeah, I hear you over there with your selection, and I would just like to say with the Lakers, I mean, this could possibly be a win-win. I mean, there's probably more advantages to winning than losing, but what the effort it might take to beat the Golden State Warriors and chase Steph Curry around the court, I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it to the Lakers or not. I would say most likely would be if they can pull off this win, but if they can't, maybe you don't overextend some of these players that obviously have returned, with LeBron and AD being the main ones, or Alex Caruso or anybody like that who may be key down the road. But you definitely don't want to have your backs against the wall when it comes to losing this game and having to play in round two. But in another scenario, if you're playing round two, you're kind of looking at, okay, do you want to try to win round one and play the Phoenix Suns, or win round two and be playing the Utah Jazz? I mean, the Utah Jazz are still a great team, and they are still without Donovan Mitchell. I'm sure he'll return sometime for the playoffs, but that's a player that they'll probably take it a little bit easier with, as far as getting him back on the floor, not maybe running him at 35 plus minutes in his first game. But I don't know. I think it really depends on how hard the Lakers want this win. Like Steph Curry, I have no doubt that he's going to perform well. But I mean, he is one guy and he is hard to guard, but you could try your best effort to contain him. But how much of a resource would that take? I'm not sure. For the Lakers, you definitely don't want to have an injury just trying to win a play-in game just so you can lose in the first round. So, I think it's going to be very strategic on what the Lakers want to do, but I don't think they're going to back down if they see it obviously as a legitimate challenge where, okay, they definitely want to win this game. They're going to do whatever they can to try to guard Steph Curry and force everybody else to shoot. I mean, that's probably going to be a strategy going forward with any team that plays the Golden State Warriors from here on, because of, you just have to live with somebody else beating you, in my opinion. But yeah, Steph Curry is definitely on fire. So I can easily see how the Warriors could take advantage of this, like you said, without the Lakers having all of their Laker Nation fans there. So I'm just gonna stick with you and write out this scenario so we don't get anybody confused. So in this scenario, if the Warriors, who were sitting at the eighth position after the regular season, wins this series, they would become the seventh seed for the Western Conference playoffs. And the Lakers, in this instance, will be advancing to round two of the Western Conference play-in series. So yeah, so let's look at that, Hugh. So like I said, this will be round two of the Western Conference play-in, and we have the Grizzlies versus the Lakers based off your predictions here, Hugh. And this game looks like it's going to be taking place on Friday, May 21st. It's going to be airing on ESPN. When I looked it up, there was a to be determined or to be announced time frame for this. I would think similar to the second round of the Eastern Conference team. That was like at 8 o'clock. So this being a Friday night, it might be like a either 7:30 or 9 o'clock, somewhere after 7 for sure, but probably no later than 10:30, which is sometimes how they like to run those Western Conference games. But seeing that this is the only game plan that day, I would say it's a little bit earlier. So maybe around 7:30 on the Friday nights when they have this. But just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, it's going to be Friday, May 21st. But yeah, in this scenario, Grizzlies at the Lakers. Who you got, Hugh, and tell us why.
So yeah, Grizzlies and Lakers. I got the Lakers, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even see this being a close game, to be honest. I mean, maybe early, but I see the Lakers probably winning this game by 20 points. To be honest with you, I mean, it's just, I mean, they're not gonna lose and not make the playoffs. I mean, right? I mean, LeBron can't do that, right? I mean, it's just crazy. I know he's missed all year, but I
would agree with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like I touched on Valanciunas, how well he's been balling. I think Drummond is a lot better, or I guess not a sight that Valanciunas wants to see. He's a lot better big man than anybody the Spurs have. They got AD, who looks like he's back to form, probably 100% in my opinion. Probably taking on Jaren Jackson. So I see AD winning that matchup. I think Schroeder's a good matchup for Ja. I think Schroeder's a good defender. And LeBron, what do you say? This game was Friday, so if he stays healthy and everything during the Warriors game, I see him being, a lot more healthier. I don't know about exactly 100% then, but a lot more healthier, being able to do his thing. So yeah, I mean the Grizzlies, I think they're a decent team, but I don't think single elimination game that they're any match right now for the Lakers, and I think they're going to show them that in the final score is not going to be that friendly for the Grizzlies, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you right there because the Lakers, what they're going to want to try to do, especially with them trying to make the playoffs, they're definitely going to want to get this win, and they're going to want to get this win real quick. They're going to want to shut this game out basically by halftime, so where LeBron and AD, especially LeBron, doesn't have to play a whole lot in the fourth quarter like you would see in a traditional closed or heavy matched game. So I would look for the Lakers to pull away, if not by the first quarter, by halftime, if all goes well in their favor in this scenario. So yeah, give me the Lakers as well, which would put them at the 8th spot. So just a quick wrap up, the Warriors in all these scenarios would be in the 7th seed, and they would be playing the Phoenix Suns, and then the Lakers would be the 8th seed team playing the Utah Jazz in the first rounds of the playoffs. So let's see if our predictions come true, but I'm sure this is a game that everybody would be locked in to see. Not this particular game of the second round, but definitely the first round upper tier game between the Lakers and Warriors. So that's basically this could possibly be the Western Conference Finals matchup for next year. So we'll see what happens with this. It's definitely going to be fun and exciting. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you watched the first half of this video on YouTube. If you're listening to audio only, YouTube is KISH YZ. Give us a like and a subscribe, please, if you haven't already. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could definitely listen to the audio only versions. If you're working or you're traveling, you're getting to work and you just want something to listen to, find us on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Breakers under KISH YZ. And then yeah, if you want to DM us, obviously you can leave comments in the in the comment section of the YouTube page, but you can message us on Twitter and Instagram under KISH YZ, KISH_YZ for those handles. Hugh, give a shout out, bro.
Yeah. Let me give a shout out to cousin Fred. He's a big Lakers fan, so we actually talked today about how enticing the Warriors Lakers matchup looked, and I think he gave me his prediction. I even think he said he had the Warriors probably winning that one, but obviously the Lakers winning the AC. But yeah, shout out cousin Fred. We've had him on the show a couple times. He's done good. Yeah, can't wait to have him on here again. But yeah, let me shout out him. And hey, one other thing I wanted to add real quick, without going too far ahead into the future. But let's say our prediction is right, and we got the Lakers playing Utah. Imagine the storylines to that game. You either got Utah, number one seed in the West, losing the first round, which would look terrible, or you got LeBron and AD's team losing first round of the playoffs, which would look terrible too. So I mean, that I just couldn't wait for the storylines of that game and how that series would pan out. But yeah, without getting too much in the future, just something I wanted to throw in there.
Yeah, please stay tuned. Like I said, if y'all are watching and listening to this, we're going to try to get some videos out when this play-in tournament is done and roll out small videos and small recordings of the play-in results. Well, I guess we won't really do the results because it'll be basically summed up when we do the playoff breakdowns of each playoff matchup. So that would be 4 games for the Western Conference and 4 games for the Eastern Conference. We'll try to get those covered for y'all by the weekend and get those out there. Go ahead and finish your shout out, your outro, Hugh.
Oh yeah, but yeah, appreciate everybody watching the video. It's exciting time in the NBA right now, playoff time. Be sure to stay tuned, keep up with the games, keep up with us. We'll be breaking down, all the matchups and everything. So, if you're subscribed already, we appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. If you like the videos, put in the comments or DM us or whatever. If there's something specific you want us to talk about, or if you agree or disagree or whatever, anything you have to say to us. If you're not subscribed and you like our videos, you want to keep up with our content, give me a sub. No tomatoes, please. Not a fan of veggies much, but yeah, we appreciate all the support, and we love putting out content for you guys. We're grinding now, especially because playoff time. So the more subs we see, the more likes, it gets us more pumped up to knock these bad boys out and to give you all the content that we want to put out for y'all. So yeah, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Appreciate Drika. Let me shout out to Drika. She told me today that she watched some of our episodes. So a big shout out to Drika. We appreciate you. But yeah, appreciate everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Drika, for watching. We appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to Drika. Shout out to cousin Fred as well. You can follow him on Twitch if you're into video game streams under Rankin Up Gaming, RANKINUPGAMING. I think that's what it is. I'll try to find that and put that up here as well, or in the description. And also shout out to our other special guest, Your Bud 36. He's on Twitch as well for video game streams. And shout out to our co-branding or partner for these podcasts and Tavern Geek. You can find them on YouTube and Spotify and Anchor.fm as well. I'll leave that in the description. And also you can subscribe to their page at the end of this video as well. And once again, thank you for kicking in the second half. This has been KISH YZ. Peace and love.